Thank you very much. Let me then very quickly invite first the Chairman House Committee on Electoral Reforms to please make his closing remarks, and after which we'll also invite his Senate counterpart, who also doubles as the Chairman of the Joint Committee. Honorable, yes, you can come to the podium, sir, for the cameras. Can I please welcome him very quickly as he comes to speak to us, the way of giving us his closing remarks.
Well, good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been a long day, and I'm very happy for the questions, remarks, comments made by every one of us here. Yes, this is the beginning of a process, and we are just testing the waters. So if you do have opportunity to ask your question today, we have the website. You can still send it in. We're going to compile all these memos together and your questions, your remarks, to actually form opinion on what we are going to make an amendments. And in some few areas, I just want to let you know that even some of these issues you raised there are already being considered by the House, and we can't do it on our own, and that's the essence of having this town hall meeting. And I want to let you know that by the time we have the next one, our intention is to move it to all the geopolitical zones. And in the next edition, we will not even be using an hotel like this. We want a real town hall. We are traditional rulers, local government representatives, the unions, various CSOs, and everybody, all stakeholders will be there, because one major issues that is happening is that is even we ourselves, everybody needs to be educated. It's not just for us to have the best law, it's the implementation of the law, it's the perception of the law that really matters. Even when we have the good laws, up to today, the issue of 25% in Abuja is still an issue, something that has been decided on by the Supreme Court in previous elections. And I just want to let us know that we don't bring emotions into law. The law is sacrosanct, and every one of us must know that even before we even criticize something, how many of us have even read the current electoral act? How many of us even know the provisions that we have in the electoral act? Many of us will come with a position that are already in the electoral act. So it is for us, after leaving this place today, pick up a copy of the electoral, or go online, Google it. You will see it is on the website. Google it, make a copy, sit down, digest it, and now make informed decisions, so that by the time we are meeting again, we all be coming up with position paper that we know will make a difference in the amendments. So we have taken note of most of the things you've said, and there's one I want to just make a comment on. Someone said we should use the 50+1% as done. That's what is done in Liberia, and I'm sure if we go that route, we must be ready for a run, because in a situation where you have 30 candidates in a party, to even get 5% or 25% by any political party will be very, very difficult. And when we talk about diaspora voting, I want to let us know that diaspora is not just about America and UK. Diaspora is about all other African states, and we must be ready to ensure that we have voters points, INEC officers, and party agents in all embassies in the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, House Committee on electoral matters. Very quickly, we recognize your presence, Honorable Alex Adebola, PhD, Chairman House Committee on Specialty Healthcare. We'd like to welcome him. Please, one round of applause for him. Let me quickly remind us, just as before I invite the Senate Committee Chairman, hello, one house, please. I'd like to just mention that there is, if you were here, pencil down for presentation and you were not invited, your presentation can be uploaded on a website that will be given in the course of the response by the committee chairman. You have a website where your questions your responses to the question on the electoral reform that you'd like to see going forward in Nigeria in our electoral process can be sent to, and response will be given to you almost instantly. So that won't be a problem. And of course, Phoebe Jennifer Jege Daniels, whatever question you have can also come on the website. Let me invite the Chairman, Senate Committee on Electoral Reforms, Distinguished Senator Sharafuddin Ali, to please come forward and respond and also give his closing remarks. Please, a warm round of applause for him.
Distinguished Nigerians, I must thank you for your patience since this program started a few hours ago. In making my closing remarks, I want us to realize that 2023 elections have not been concluded. You are surprised. That's a fact. In the Electoral Act, when elections are over, there are processes for adjudication. And that was why we were advising the other time that some of our comments should not relate to matters that are in court. Some matters will be decided at the Supreme Court, especially the gubernatorial ones. I know as a fact that most of the National Assembly and State Assembly matters are being concluded because they terminate at the Court of Appeal. But for others, so that's why I said it's not over. Because until when we are able to see, like Prof said, the interpretation by the judiciary, we will not really be able to see what that provision actually means. If that interpretation is not in consonance with what Nigerians will think, then we'll not be able to go back and redraft and let it be clearer to our people. Like most of us are saying that some of the provisions are ambiguous. But there's no doubt about the fact that the Electoral Act 2022, like has been said by Professor Jega, is the best so far that we have had. But in implementation, and when the Executive Director of Yard Africa was talking the other time, he spoke about the attitude of Nigerians, attitude of political class. He said that. I would have wanted him to say attitude of Nigerians. The political class are part of you. They are a section, they are a reflection of what the Nigerian society is. Recently we were in Liberia, Kotsi Yaga Africa. We were in Liberia, and you will see in Nigeria, immediately after elections, we don't give the security any problem over there. Here, we all want to wait and see that elections are counted in our presence. We want to follow the vehicle, several vehicles will now follow to get to the collation center. Over there, people just voted and went to their houses. Questions were asked, what are you doing? He said, we have an agent there. Are you sure? It can't be compromised. Can we say that about Nigerians? Our agents not part of us. So these are things that we all must think about and see ways. These are not things that we can put in the law. It is the attitude of Nigerians. We must reorientate ourselves. It's not just about National Heritage Agency or Ministry of Information. We must reorientate ourselves. And aligning myself with the Chairman House Committee, if we are asking for, let us think that Nigeria, we must realize that Nigeria is not like very many of the other African countries, where the election is 50 plus 1, the majority is 50 plus 1. Even where it was 50 plus 1 in Liberia, the first person got 43.8, the second got 43.6, 4.4, and they had to go for a runoff. At the end of the day, it was still 40-something% each of them had. And there were 20 political parties. The same thing is in Nigeria. Some parties do not get as much as 1-2%. But the size of this country, the spread formula seem to be working for us. Because we are talking just about the issue of majority. Areas where we have more votes, you'll be surprised that they bring more votes, they have less number, and we are going to have somebody who is actually not representative of the Nigerians. These are some of the things that I also think we should also consider and come up with the issue of having to conclude the elections, the disputes before the signing are things that we are also considering. We are also considering the issue of concluding pre-election matters before the election itself. Because nobody spoke about that. Because we have now that we still have some pre-election matters that are not going to the Supreme Court. And the law is that election petitions itself ends at the Court of Appeal. Whereas election petitions get up to the Supreme Court. These are things that we all must look at and consider. And we have started early and decided to involve all Nigerians because we want to have a law that will speak the mind of Nigerians. So I thank you all for your patience, and for anybody who wants to send in anything, we have a mail that is used by the joint committee. This INEC State Committee at gmail.com. You can send in our things in there so that the committee, INEC Senate Committee at gmail.com. For now, that's what we're using. We are going to upgrade the website. Like the chairman of the House said, we are still going around the country. It is work in progress. And like the honorable member said, it is all our job, not for the Senate or the House or the Executive alone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And so for those of you who would have questions or comments or response to the question asked as to what reform you'd like to see, you can send your responses to the email address INEC, all in small letters, INEC Senate Committee at gmail.com. We thank you very much for your participation and hoping that when we leave here, the reforms that we are expecting will come a lot even better and for the betterment of all of us in Nigeria. This brings us to the end of this program, and we'd like to appreciate all of you for your wonderful contributions. We pray for Nigeria continuously that things will get even better. May we please rise at this point for the national anthem to bring this to a close. On behalf of the organizers of this event, my name is Andy Gabriel, and I wish you a very pleasant, eventful day ahead of you. National anthem, please.